Are you seriously in your 30s, Mia? LOL. Like, what the heck's up with that, LOL? What do you mean, what's up with me? Good evening, Layla. Why have you started bringing this up all of a sudden? I want to talk about your age, LOL. Do you even know how old I am? I'm 23 years old. I'm still very young and attractive, LOL. I am literally asked all the time by bartenders for my ID because I look so young. I know that. But in your case, it's hard to tell whether you're really in your 40s or maybe 50s, LOL. No wonder you're still single though, LOL. I'm sure it's difficult for any man to ask you out when they can't tell if you've still got a lot of time left on this planet. Hold on, Layla. I've heard that you're younger than my little brother and that you're very young. But I don't get why you're getting all worked up over me being in my 30s. You're treating it as though I should just give up already and enter a retirement home or something. You're not far off from having to go to one. And you being that old, well, doesn't that pretty much make you an old woman then? In your 30s, LOL. Huh? You really think that I'm an old woman? So then that must mean that in another 7 years, you too will become an old woman like me? Well, in my case, I'm never going to think about my life in 7 years, LOL. And with how soft and vibrant my skin is, nobody has to know when I turn 30, LOL. And that's why I'm calling you an old woman right now. Your back must already be hurting, and I'm sure that brown hair of yours is all dyes, right? Layla, if you think about what you've been saying to me, don't you find it all a bit rude? I understand that compared to my brother, we both have 12 years apart, and that I really am much older than the both of you. But does that make it okay for you to make fun of me and my age and act as though you know better than me? You plan on becoming a part of our family as well, so doesn't that make your attitude very unacceptable? I have no idea what you're talking about. I have the kind of ears that don't like listening to those above the age of 30. I guess there are people with those kinds of amazing ears. Must be terrible for anyone you work with though, correct? And that's why I plan to quit my job, LOL. I'm looking forward to a fun life of being your brother's housewife. I'll be able to spend every day drinking and relaxing. Well, if you think that Eric's okay with you living with him like that, then that's totally fine. But if you're trying to pick a fight with me, I can tell you right now that there's no good reason for that, and so I'd like you to stop. We are going to be meeting your family here soon, and you wouldn't want me bringing any of this up in front of them, would you? Nobody has their family go talk to the other family before the wedding anymore, you loser. That's like something people from last century did. That's not really something that's phased out of modern life, though. That idea is so old that it's turned into a rock now, LOL. But I guess someone as old as you would love to be around rocks all day. Well, I don't want any old rocks sitting around me and Eric. And so, we have no plans for any family meetups. I have a feeling that you misunderstood me a little too much there. Well, anyway, I just want you to know that you're not invited to our wedding. And as for meeting the rest of Eric's family, I have no plans to, so good day to you. Excuse me, Layla? I don't mind if you don't plan on meeting with Eric's family or letting this family meet yours, but I'm sure Eric doesn't agree with you, right? I think after you've calmed down a bit, you should try and rethink what you've said to me today, before you begin to regret it.
I overheard that Layla may have said some pretty rude things to you yesterday.
Yeah, she sure did.
I knew it! She said to me that she was a bit drunk, and said some things she probably shouldn't have to you. She said she's sorry, and so am I. That's why I thought I should tell you right now about it.
Then why is she not apologizing to me, and you are? I'd really like to hear it from her that she's actually sorry about everything she said.
I'm sure she's embarrassed about what she said to you, and that's the reason she doesn't want to approach you directly. And actually, this is pretty rare for you to stand up for yourself this much. Was it really that rude? What did she say to you?
That's not what I'm talking about, but if she plans to not apologize to me directly, maybe she's just asking you to apologize in her place so she doesn't feel she has to. And actually, I really am hurt by a few things she said to me, so I'd like to talk that all over with her. Ugh, maybe I'm just thinking about this too much. But do you really want to marry someone like her?
Why are you asking me something like that now?
I've just been wondering what about her has made you want to marry her. Hopefully, she's never this way with you.
Normally she's not that bad of a person, but recently, I've noticed her drinking a lot more often, and it's getting a bit annoying. However, I think she'll get over this little phase pretty soon. We have our wedding coming up soon, and she's probably just nervous for all of it.
I'm surprised you're this relaxed and understanding of her. Well, just make sure you don't let her put you on a leash or anything, okay? If things start to get even worse with her, please let me know.
Put me on a leash? What does that mean?
Either way, just know that I'm hoping for you to live a happy life. Well, I hope you're looking forward to the wedding. I'll make sure to get there a little early in order to talk with you some more. What the heck? Mia, you are here far too early, LOL. Seeing you here already freaked me out and I just happened to spill my wine all over you, LOL. You were freaking out? Are you sure it wasn't just you walking into me on purpose and spilling all that wine all over me for fun? Well, you could be right about that. But I couldn't help it, right? I made sure that anyone that came here today were in their 20s and nobody else that was older was invited. LOL. And in your case, you're way over the age limit, so you should just go, right? Excuse me? I could say that you're just naturally this terrible of a person, but could you also just be drunk right now? Even if I was drunk, this would have nothing to do with it, right? LOL. I said the age limit is 29 years old, LOL. So get lost, Grams. I don't want you here anymore, LOL. This is the first time I'm hearing about this age limit that's in place. Are you being serious about that? Of course! I don't want some smelly old people, especially you, coming in here and ruining my wedding's vibes, LOL. Just that smell alone that you all give off is enough to make the flowers here wilt. But now that you've come without being invited, I'm going to have to cut ties with you, LOL. Then what happened to you having Eric apologize to me for your rude actions? Does this mean you really are drunk off your butt again? That has nothing to do with the elderly, LOL. You are part of the elderly, aren't you? After all, you're 12 years older than my fiancé, LOL. I never asked to have any grandmas or grandpas here today, so please go home. Then the whole family is going to head home. When it comes to this family, everyone in it is above the age of 30. And I made sure to show my parents all the messages you've sent. Hold up, what? I don't really get what you mean, so can you explain? You seem to have made an enemy of everyone in Eric's family. Oh, well, I guess. This is what you wanted, right? Well then, we're all heading home now. It'll be great to see if you really can pull the rest of this wedding off, LOL. Mia, hold on a second. I really don't get what you're talking about. Why would everyone else leave? I was just telling you to leave this place. Well, I'm in my 30s, like you said, but my parents are both in their 60s now. And you said that this wedding was only for those under the age of 30, right? So, you young folk can all go ahead and enjoy this wedding. Although I'm not really sure what this wedding is being held for anymore. If you'd planned to just have this wedding to have a party and all get messed up together, you should have chosen a different day and theme. That's not what all of this is about! Your parents and everyone else can stay! Well, it looks like you have to be under the age of 30 to be here, so we're all heading out. And also, my family is fed up with this, and we're all going to act as though this wedding never even happened in the first place. Huh? What? Hold on, Mia! All of the family that was here is going to be gone now. And in the case of all your family, they can't attend this wedding either, right? Honestly, you're better off just calling off this whole wedding right now. If you just wanted to have this party with all of your friends, you should have just said so from the very start. But you went out of your way to send us all the invite to this thing. We all give up our time and energy to come here, all just to learn that we have to be under the age of 30. What a complete waste, Layla. You're wrong! That's not at all what I wanted everyone to do. Do you think you can all come back now? I'm sorry that you happened to misunderstand everything I said. No way that's happening now. Why not? Most of us elderly people can't even walk that much anymore, LOL. And you said that all of us stinky elderly aren't supposed to be at your wedding. So we've decided we can't walk back there now. So you go and have all the fun in the world with all your young friends. Wait! Eric's getting really pissed off now. Well, he has the right to. He has every right to be pissed off with you for what you've said, and you ruining the wedding for him has really stuck a knife in his back. Help me, Mia! I can't deal with all of this now! Having all this happen on my very special day is literally the worst thing that's happened! Please, Mia! Can't you do something about all of this? I know there's something you can do to fix everything for me! Come on now, Layla. LOL. Coming to me now trying to get me to help you with your wedding is far too late. Maybe you could try and stop acting like you've done nothing wrong. You literally thought that because you were younger than everyone else, you could boss us all around. And in my case, you chose to spill a bunch of red wine all over me. What the hell have you been thinking? Anyone with a hint of sanity to themselves would never try something like that. I'm sorry, Mia. I never meant to do that to you. I can see now that pouring that wine all down your dress was a bit too much. It wasn't only me that you ended up making very embarrassed, but also Eric. And so I'm happy to see that he's getting upset over all you've done today. But I never planned for any of this to happen to me. I didn't think that a simple party trick would spiral out of control this badly. I just thought it'd make for a funny memory later on by me picking on you. And I'm saying that kind of thinking is what makes you a terrible person. I know that. I'll tell you everything straightforward now. I was maybe a little too drunk today. And being as drunk as I was, I thought it'd be funny to pour that wine on you and then call you a grandma in front of everyone. I promise I'll make this all up to you, so can you please grab everyone and come back here right now? I just want to make sure we can finish this wedding with no more hiccups. No, thank you. Why the hell not? All of us elderly are going to go back home like adults. LOL. You ended up taking your life down an ugly path with that drinking of yours. LOL. But yet again, this is what you wanted, so I have nothing else to say to this. And in Eric's case, it seems he no longer wants to be around you either. He's going to your parents as we speak to apologize to them. All because of you. What should I do? This is all going to ruin me. If I'm not able to marry Eric, then life is going to end for me. Today is supposed to be the day we get married, right? And if only you would have held back from the bottle a little bit longer, you could have had your wedding and your man. But it's a little too late to think about what could have been done differently now. I assume that even after this, you're not going to change that hideous character of yours. Both my parents are pissed at me now. I have no idea what I'm supposed to do about all of this now. You really can't come and help me? I understand that my wedding isn't going to turn out the way I'd planned, but what did I do to deserve this? I've heard from Eric that he's been well aware of all the alcohol you've been drinking these days. And it seems that he could no longer hold himself back from letting you get away with it. My brother is a very reserved man, but he does not like watching people get treated poorly, and he especially doesn't like it when it's someone he loves that's treating another person horribly. And since him and I have been very close to one another ever since he was born, he can no longer forgive you for what you did to me and everyone else today. I don't think he'll ever think about marrying you again. Wait! If things keep going downhill like this, my parents are going to leave me behind as well. Why does my wedding have to be over all just because of one thing that I happen to say? I can see that even your parents are smart enough to cut ties to someone that thinks it's okay to get drunk and pick on the older sister of their fiancé. Thank goodness you seem to be the only stupid one around. Don't say such hurtful things to me! All I did was say one mindless thing, and that's it! I never meant to hurt anyone, and I said I'm sorry! You didn't only say some stupid and hurtful things, but you carried them out as well. The dress I have on is very, very expensive. Of course I'll be asking for you to pay me back at some point. Red wine such as the one you spilled on me is not easy to take out, so I wonder if I'll just have to get another one of these high-brand dresses again. Hold on, please! Haven't I already apologized to you enough for all of this? You'll have to pay for the wedding getting canceled as well, probably. I think that'll really put a dent in your savings for sure. I have to pay for this wedding getting canceled too? I told you I don't want this wedding getting canceled! Also, out of your spite for me, you caused a lot of problems for everyone that came today. My brother has no other choice but to have you pay for everything. I think you'd better just give up now and try again starting a new life where you're less of a pain in the butt for everyone. LOL. Now, I'm going to leave. Wait, please, Emmy. I'm apologizing for all of this. I'll even get down on my hands and knees to say I'm sorry to you. Please come back to the wedding now, okay? You and all the family. We can even let everyone get together after this so your family and mine can bond more. You told me before you didn't want to perform such old traditions, right? LOL. You should be happy that us elderly people will never have to talk with one another anymore now. Well, with that, this old woman is going to say goodbye. Being in your 30s isn't even close to being old. You could still come. I just happened to have a really bad misunderstanding. I'm really sorry. Why won't you answer me right now? Please, I really want you to listen to me apologizing to you. You don't have to apologize to me for that, LOL. We no longer have a relationship with one another. Too bad you can never become my sister-in-law, huh? But luckily, you got everything you wished for today. Now, you and all your young friends enjoy the rest of your time today. Well, I suppose your fun time is up, though, since the wedding is officially over, LOL. And just like that, the wedding was canceled, and their chances of getting married were no more. My brother Eric had had enough of Layla, and since then has not once talked to her. And as for her parents, they were both also finished with their daughter's bullcrap and kicked her out of their house forever. Layla then tried to rely on some friends to help her out and let her stay with them, but they all knew how horrible of a person she was and just laughed in her face. She then was left with nobody to help her, and hopefully began to realize that she had no allies anymore. I'm sure this has all taken a definite mental toll on her, and I wonder if she'll ever recover from her mistakes.
I had no idea! My image of you is totally changed now.
What do you want, Sarah? I am a divorcee, but it really has nothing to do with you. And what do you mean by the fact that your image of me has changed?
You're a divorcee in your 40s, and you're currently single. Doesn't that make you depressed? I feel sorry for you. Your life is basically over.
There's no need for you to pity me. I'm happy with my life. Don't try to feel better about yourself by putting me down and criticizing me. And just to let you know, I'm not in my 40s yet. I'm 37.
Okay, whatever. 37 is still old. You're 10 years older than me.
Well, everyone ages. You may be younger than me, but your youth won't last.
But I'm still young and pretty, unlike you. By the way, I'm engaged! I think my looks and youth had something to do with it.
Well, if your future husband is marrying you for your age and looks, I'm not sure that your marriage will last. Besides, being 27 doesn't make you special. There are many other people your age or younger. But congratulations on your engagement. I'm happy for you.
Thank you. I'm very happy. But no need to congratulate me. I feel like being congratulated by someone like you would give me bad luck.
It's a pretty rude thing to say to me, you know? I won't give you any bad luck. You have nothing to worry about.
Well, you're a 37-year-old divorcee. Your existence in of itself is bad luck.
What is your problem? What did I ever do to you? Why are you texting me in the first place?
I'm sorry, I was just being honest.
You should learn to keep some of those negative thoughts to yourself. It's called etiquette. A few days later.
Mia! I had no idea that you're getting married too! Why didn't you tell me the other day? Why would you keep it a secret?
I never felt that we were very close and I didn't feel the need to share this with you. Well, now you know.
Isn't it so funny that we're getting married at the same time? Who knew you could find new love at your age? Who's the guy that was desperate enough to want to marry a divorcee like you? I hope that it's not a fraud.
It's not. You don't need to worry about me.
How are you so sure about that? You're old and ugly. Who'd want to be married to you? You should really get a close look of yourself in the mirror. Oh, by the way, I have a surprise for you!
I already know that it's not the good kind. Just tell me what it is. I want to get it over with.
I'm getting married on the same day as you! Isn't that so exciting? Now our colleagues will get to choose which wedding they want to be at.
Why in the world would you do something so idiotic like that?
Well, now it'll be clear who everyone likes at the office. Then you could see that you're not as great as you think that you are.
This is outrageous! How could you do such a thing? We shouldn't make our colleagues choose between us.
You're only saying that because you know that everyone will choose me. I mean, I'm the young and pretty one here. Everyone loves me.
I wouldn't be so sure about that. I admire your optimism, though. Look, this isn't a popularity contest, and I think that it's a really bad idea to get married on the same day. If we don't get married on the same day, we can attend each other's weddings. Isn't that better?
Hey, you're the one that had to get engaged at the same time as me. If anything, I should be mad at you for all of this. Everyone's going to come to my wedding, so you won't have any guests at yours except for maybe your family.
You're being really immature here.
I guess you're lucky in a way. You only need to rent out a small space for your wedding.
I can't believe that you went out of your way to change your wedding date so last minute. You must really hate me or love me. You shouldn't be plotting against me. You should concentrate on having a nice wedding.
I'll still have a fabulous wedding. I won't regret any of it. Besides, no one wants to see you in a wedding dress. I'm doing everyone a favor.
Is there a need for you to be so cruel to me? I don't deserve to be treated like this. You didn't have to text me to tell me that you're getting married on the same day as me.
I didn't want you to be shocked when no one showed up at your wedding. I guess it doesn't matter. It's not even your first wedding. I'm sure that you'll have a lovely and intimate wedding. Don't feel bad about the fact that your wedding won't be as lavish as mine.
Have you been paying attention to me at all? You're going to regret this decision.
I won't. You'll be the one with regrets. I assure you. No one's going to show up at your wedding. People at our office are congratulating you about your engagement, but they're only being polite. You shouldn't take them so seriously.
Fine, have it your way. You're not going to listen to anything that I have to say anyway. I don't have time to waste talking to you. Changing your wedding date so last minute is going to end up costing you a lot of money. Don't say that I didn't warn you.
You don't need to worry about me. You should be worrying about yourself. Have a nice wedding. I know that I will.
Yeah, whatever.
It's a pity for you that we're getting married on the same day. I'm sorry for taking all of your guests. They all want to come to my wedding and not yours.
Yes, you mentioned that. I'll be fine.
Are you sure about that?
Let me just warn you one last time, though. You should take a look at the company newsletter before you go ahead with your wedding. If you still want to get married on the same day as me, even after reading the newsletter, I won't say anything more. See you tomorrow.
Mia? What's going on? Have your wedding guests arrived already?
What do you want? I'm busy.
All of my guests are a no-show. Did something bad happen at the office? Is that why no one could make it to my wedding?
I guess you never read the company newsletter.
What?
You lost, Sarah, and I won. You see, everyone chose to come to my wedding and not yours.
I don't get it.
All of my guests have arrived and I'm getting ready to start my wedding.
Why would our colleagues go to your wedding and not mine? One of my colleagues texted me something strange earlier. They said that I was insane for missing the wedding of our company president. What does that even mean? Did you know that our company president was also getting married today?
Yes, I knew that. I'm the one that's getting married to him, and we're about to start our wedding.
What? I don't believe that.
Since I'm marrying the company president, it makes sense that all of our colleagues would be at my wedding and not yours. We have a ton of guests. It's going to be a huge ceremony. That's why I told you it wouldn't be a good idea for you to get married on the same day as me, but you didn't want to listen.
Oh, I see. I finally understand what you've been trying to tell me. So that's why all of our colleagues didn't take me seriously when I told them that I was getting married on the same day as you.
Well, it's your fault for not reading the company newsletter or paying attention to anything that people have been telling you at the office. How could you work for the company and not know that I was getting married to the company president? How clueless are you? I mean, everyone else at the office knew. That's all that everyone's been talking about. Weren't you paying any attention?
I guess I was too focused on my own wedding. And I was late to one of our morning meetings, so I probably missed the big news.
I see. Sucks for you, doesn't it? Perhaps you should try to come to work on time. You're always late. Everyone in the office has been complaining about it. They say that you're really irresponsible.
I had no idea that's how everyone felt about me.
I thought that I was the only one that you didn't send out an invitation to, but when I checked, none of our colleagues have received a wedding invitation from you. Why is that?
Well, I told everyone that I was getting married, so I figured that I didn't have to send out the invitations. I thought that they'd show up. I didn't want to waste my money sending out the wedding invitations to people in the office that I see every day.
But if you formally wanted to invite them to your wedding, you should have sent out those invitations. No one knew if your wedding was happening for real because they didn't see any invitations go out.
But they said to my face that they would all come to my wedding. And I gave them the date and the venue, so I figured they were all coming. I never knew that they were expecting to be formally invited.
Well, that's how a wedding usually works. You don't just confirm people's attendance verbally. And no one believed that you were crazy enough to plan your wedding on the same day as the company president's. So it was inevitable that no one showed up at your wedding.
I can't believe that. I thought that everyone was coming to my wedding, so I made all the arrangements.
Well, that's a shame.
You don't even care, do you? Don't you see how badly I'm hurt by all this? I beg you, could you please ask everyone to come to my wedding instead? My wedding's gonna be so much fun!
I can't do that. It's not only my wedding, but also the company president's. I don't think that any of our colleagues would ditch the company president's wedding to go to yours.
But I've worked really hard to plan my wedding. What am I supposed to do now? This wedding is costing me a lot of money, too. What would my other guests think if I had 50 empty seats that were reserved for my colleagues? What is my fiancé and his family going to think of me? They're not going to be happy about all of this.
I guess you'll need to figure out a way to fix this then. You made fun of the fact that I'm a divorcee, so I can't help but feel that you deserve this. I'm not the only pathetic one here. I mean, you planned a big wedding and 50 of your guests aren't going to show up, and your husband is going to be very upset with you. I wouldn't be surprised if your fiancé asked you to call off your wedding.
You're really enjoying this right now, aren't you? I don't ever want to become a pathetic divorcee like you. Don't curse me!
What's so wrong with being a divorcee anyway? You should have never made fun of me because of it. I got married to my first husband in my 20s, and we decided to get divorced, but I have no regrets. It's better than staying in a loveless marriage. You had no right to make me feel bad for the decision that I made about my own life. You should focus on your own life instead of criticizing mine. Why would you think to compare yourself to me in the first place?
I actually don't know why either. But I'm in trouble now. Please help me. What am I supposed to do about all the empty seats at my wedding? This is not the time for you to be lecturing me. And I can't believe that you're getting married to the company president.
You're probably envious of the fact that I'm going to have a happy marriage and that my husband happens to be very wealthy. But you don't know how hard I've worked for everything in my life up until now. I think that my hard work is finally paid off. Can you say the same about yourself?
Well, I'm not so sure.
Well, you should stop looking down on other people just because they're different from you. Not only are you hurting those people's feelings, but I don't think that you gain any happiness from your actions. I think that you'll find that you'll feel better about yourself if you were more considerate towards others.
Okay, I won't be so critical of others and I'll work on being more considerate. So could you please do me a big favor by coming to my wedding? You should bring your fiancé and all your wedding guests. It'll be a big party. Or we could have a collective wedding. What do you think?
I'm sorry, but I can't do that. I've been preparing for this day for months, and I can't make any last-minute changes. I'm sorry, but I have to get going. My wedding's about to start.
So you're not going to help me then? I can't believe this is happening to me.
There really isn't anything that I can help you with. Have a nice day, Sarah.
I'm not going to have a nice day if most of my guests are not going to show up.
You should have listened to me, but you didn't want to. You just assumed that whatever I said was irrelevant to you. You never took me seriously. I'll see you at work next week. Bye. Mia had a gorgeous and lovely wedding surrounded by family, friends, and colleagues. As for Sarah, she had 50 empty seats at her venue, and the wedding guests that actually showed up felt uncomfortable. Sarah's fiancé and his family asked her why so many guests decided not to come to the wedding. When she told them the reason, they were shocked to say the least. Sarah's fiancé was disappointed in her for changing their wedding date over something so trivial, and their marriage was off to a rocky start. It looks like they might even be headed for a divorce, which is something that Sarah hadn't wished for at all. Sarah was also too embarrassed to go back to work after what happened, and she decided to quit her job. We're left to wonder why she made such a big deal out of Mia being a divorcee. Was it really worth all the work that she put in to try to make Mia's life miserable? Probably not.